You change everything you touch. Take that in because that's really important. The reason is because you exist. And if you exist in a state of confusion, you spread confusion everywhere. So this video is going to be hard hitting. So swipe along if you're very sensitive, because this is not for you. Unless you kind of are starting to get a sense of this isn't working. This extreme sensitivity, this idea that the entire world is created to make you feel happy and special and good. If you want to get over that, keep watching. Because, it's insane. You think the whole world has been created to make you feel good, and yet it doesn't. And so then you live in this constant state of confusion, and you're constantly projecting it outwards and demanding back this feeling of happiness that you want. You never get it because that's an illusion. It's the other way around. The world hasn't been created for your benefit. You have been created for the world's benefit. This is why humanity is so destructive right now, because none of us grasp this. None of us accept this as the extreme responsibility that it is. But that is where all freedom lies, all spiritual freedom lies, when you take complete responsibility for the fact that you affect everything that you do. It brings a state of calmness. Because if you're constantly out in the world in this state of agitation, you're creating these waves of agitation everywhere around you. This is kind of what the New Age, you create your own reality thing is based on. There's this tiny, tiny seed of truth in there. But let's change it to you create your own destruction. You create destruction around you. And just look at the landscape that we live in as modern humans. We are just surrounded by this destruction that we're creating. Everything from just the heaps of garbage of old automobiles everywhere to the state of our atmosphere that is causing our entire planet to warm. So if we constantly are throwing ourselves forward into this destruction created by our minds, we create destruction. I don't care what your philosophy is. I don't care how much you believe in love. If you are in this state of agitation, you're not creating this love where you go. Some good little examples. I go around and I lead kirtan. Sometimes it's very beautiful. Sometimes people come in with like rattles and sit there and just shake these rattles and bang on drums with no skill at all, with no finesse at all. And they just like literally ruin it. And they're having such a great time. Oh, me and my rattle. It's like, oh. And that's just the perfect symbol of what we think we are in today's world, that with no skill, with no practice, with never having gone to a teacher, so that you've never actually learned. You think you can pick up this very noisy instrument and just shake it, and that rock and roll's happening. It's not happening. But we do that with everything. So know, everything you touch, you change. People come into my talks all the time, and they're just completely disruptive with all their questions, when all they really need to do is just sit silently for a moment. Like you right this moment. Are you feeling agitated from what I'm saying? More than likely, you've already swiped by if that's the case. But if you actually have the strength of will that you've sat through my little rant here, what's the only thing you can do? Well, you could start typing really mean stuff down in the comments, and many people will. Or let it bring you to a place of silence. And then think how when we're silent and unagitated, now we're also affecting the world around us. So, which do you choose to be? A being of disruption, or a being of calm quietness? And it's in this calm, quiet place that you're going to find yourself. Because this agitated thing, that's not you. That's what Eastern mysticism likes to call the ego, the lower self, the small self. The real you doesn't need to be stoked up, doesn't need to be enhanced, doesn't need to be told you're special. The real you is just calmly abiding in life, participating where you can. And imagine if you change your being to where you're bringing this calmness. I mean, it could even look like sadness, right? Like, what do we think happiness is? What do we think sadness is? But the calm abiding is what the world really needs. This is your being that can participate rather than disrupt. So those few of you who stayed through this whole rant, now put a comment in about what calm abiding feels like to you.